I'm going to be using strategy 19, create curiosity, to guide my lesson. The objective that I want my students to show me is that their knowledge of how humans impact climate change by listing reasons. And they will be learning how to think more deeply from their own knowledge to boost their curiosity. So curiosity means that you want to learn something. So for example, ice cream is an enjoyable food or dessert, and there are different parts with creating ice cream. So you need equipment, and there are ingredients that go into making that ice cream. And the enjoyable part is that you get to eat it. So when you like something, then you'll become more curious about that specific thing, and you want to learn more about that. Okay, so now we are going to be going over what climate change means. So do you know what climate change is?
No.
Okay, so climate change is basically a change in weather. For example, summer to fall. So summer, it is hot, and we like to go to the beach, and the sun is beaming on our face. And in the fall time, it is more chilly, and maybe it's windy, and the leaves fall, right? So can you think of a change in weather you have experienced?
Snow?
Yeah. So basically, maybe it was cold before, and then there was nothing falling down from the sky, and now there's snow falling down, right? So that's kind of like a change in weather. So back to the idea of curiosity, I'm going to be going over the worksheet called Climate Change. So I'm going to highlight the title, Climate Change. The main idea of this worksheet is that I want you guys to think about what you know now, your previous and original knowledge, what you know now, and I want you to try your best to figure out if these sentences are correct or incorrect. So I'm going to be going over the directions, and it says to decide if the following sentences are correct or incorrect. So you're going to be telling me if the following sentences are true or false from your knowledge, right? So if the sentence is correct, you're going to be giving me a check mark next to the sentence. And if the sentence is incorrect to your knowledge, then you're going to be giving me an X. Can you reread the title and tell me what climate change is to the best of your knowledge?
Change in climate?
Yeah, that's perfect. Okay, so we're going to be going down to number 1. It says, climate affects more than temperature. So another word for climate can be weather, and another word for effect can be influence. So the weather can be influenced more than temperature alone. So for an example, in the fall time, what happens to the trees other than it being cold outside? And maybe windy too. What happens just to the trees or the flowers?
The leaves change?
Yeah, the leaves change. So maybe they fall off the trees, they get crispy and old, right, so they fall off. So just to reiterate, just to let you guys know again that this worksheet is made to help you guys think about the different parts of climate change, and also to boost your curiosity about what climate change is and that there are different parts of it. So going over number 1 again, climate affects more than just temperature alone. So do you think this one is correct or incorrect from your own knowledge?
I think it's true.
Okay, so then we would give a good check mark right here. And going on to number 2, climate change is the planet heating up. So another word for planet could be Earth, and another word for heating up could be an increase in temperature of hotness, so it'll become more hot. And so climate change is the planet heating up. Do you think that this is correct or incorrect?
True?
Yeah, it's true. So we would put a check mark right over here. So number 3, says climate change creates unpredictable and extreme weather. Another word for unpredictable could be maybe confusing, or you don't know what's going to happen next. It's a question mark, right? You don't know what's going to happen next because you're questioning it. You don't know the correct answer. So another word for extreme could be crazy or intense. So the climate change creates unpredictable and extreme weather. An example could be that in the springtime it might snow, which is really crazy, right? It's really unpredictable and confusing because it wouldn't normally snow in the springtime. So sometimes the weather changes and it's hard to guess what it'll be like for that day or so. So now going over number 3, do you think this statement is correct or incorrect based on your own knowledge?
Correct.
Yeah. So then we would put a check mark over here. So good job. So going down to number 4, burning gas can trap heat from the sun and warm the earth. So an example of burning gas could be when you put the liquid gas into your car and then you drive your car, that liquid gas would vaporize and turn into kind of like smoke going up. So it's kind of like a white looking smoke that goes up into the air that we breathe. And large amounts of it actually are bad for us. So basically, the gas from your car turns into carbon dioxide and it goes up into our atmosphere, which is like a bubble or layer around the earth, this blue haze or layer. So basically the gas goes up into the atmosphere and it becomes trapped and it becomes a thicker atmosphere because of the heat being like trapped in the layer up here. Another example of an atmosphere could sort of be like an onion. So it has a protective layer around the meat of the onion. So when you peel the onion, that's kind of like the layer that it's protecting. So we're kind of destroying the atmosphere right now with all the carbon dioxide. Also, another word for trap could be closed in or shut. So yeah. So going over what number 4 means more in depth, what do you think 4 would be from your own knowledge and what you just learned now? Do you think that would be correct or incorrect?
Correct.
Okay. Awesome. So the last example that I want to explain is number 5. So it says Earth is surrounded by an atmosphere of gases. So this one is kind of like number 4, as we talked about what an atmosphere is. The word surrounded, another word for surrounded could be around. So the Earth has the atmosphere of gases that are around the Earth. So Earth is surrounded by an atmosphere of gases. Do you think this one is correct or incorrect?
Incorrect.
Okay, so we'll put an X right there. We will finish up the rest of these examples next time we meet. So good job. So I also hope this sparked your curiosity about learning more, that you want to learn more about what climate change is.